Hey everybody, thanks for checking back in today. I really appreciate it. So today what we're going to be doing is more of a craft as opposed to a big project or a build. It's going to be something fairly simple, but I'm pretty sure everybody's going to like it. So as you can see behind me, fall is in full swing. So today what we're going to be building is more of a fall project that'll last all season until we transition into winter. It's really simple. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know. Let's get to it. Alright, so now our first step obviously is take our cedar 4x4 post and we're going to cut it down to size. Now I've cut mine down to 3 different sizes here on each one. I'm making 2 sets. So my first one I've cut down to 4 inches. The second one is cut down to 7 inches. And the third one is cut down to 10 inches. Now these can obviously be whatever size you want. That's entirely up to you. I just thought that this looked symmetrical to my eyes. Plus it utilized the leftover post that I had. And that's the best thing about this. If you got leftover post, use it. And what else are you going to use it for, right? So then from there, once you've got them basically cut down to size, you're going to have a bunch of splinters and stuff like that around the edges, and it's going to have some rough faces. So I took mine and I sanded them down with some 120 grit sandpaper already. Don't figure there's any point in showing you that. I just cut them and sanded them. And then I just rounded over all of my edges and beveled the top corner and the bottom corner as well. Nothing special there. You can do it by hand, you can do it by machine, whatever have you. Now, these ones here, I bought a satin finish rustic orange paint in a spray can, and I painted these guys up. Now just one coat goes a long way because you're going to sand some of this back off now. If you want more of an opaque finish, more of a solid color, go ahead and add more coats. I actually want the wood grain to kind of show through, so I only put one coat on. Now make sure you go light enough that you're not going to get any runs, but heavy enough that you get some decent coverage. And then these guys here, I bought a chalk antique rustic gray finish. This is a matte finish and this one's a satin finish. So we'll kind of see what kind of finish we get. Okay, now if you applied your spray paint correctly, it should dry relatively quick. Like, it should be dry to the touch within a matter of 10 minutes or so, but I gave mine a good half hour to dry fully. Now what you're going to do is take some 80 or some 120 grit sandpaper, whatever you've got on hand. Now we're just going to scuff up all of our edges here. Now you're going to want to go around all of the corners, on the top, on the sides, everything, and scuff it up as little or as much as you want. Now you can also scuff up the face if you want, kind of get an aged look inside of there, but that's what you're going for. Is basically you're trying to give it a rubbed look so it's been like it's been worn and used and stuff over time. And one thing to remember too is if you're going to scuff up the body, make sure you're going with the grain and you're actually going to hit off all the high spots and you're going to leave paint in the low spots so you get a better finish that way. If you try going across the grain like this, it's going to look weird to the eye. You're going to see the fact that it was made to look that way. Whereas if you go with the grain, again, it's going to look aged. See? Now that we got all our pumpkin pieces sanded and distressed and aged, what we're going to do is take and mark the center point on all of our tops. And then I've got some 6 pieces of 1/2 inch dowel that I've cut down. And I've got a drill bit and I'm going to take and drill a hole down into here. Now the reason being is if you don't want to do this, you can just hot glue them down to the top. But I'm going to drill a hole and actually wood glue these down inside a little bit. And that'll just give them a little bit more meat to hold on to because these are going to be the first thing that'll snap off when you store them and stuff like that. So this will just help prevent that. Doesn't have to be perfect or anything. Remember, pumpkin stems are never exactly center. I just want to be close. Perfect. Actually, lopsided is best too. That's why I'm not using any sort of drill guide because, again, pumpkin stems are never perfect. Perfection is the enemy here because you'll see something that's perfect and it will look wrong in this case. Now their holes drilled, it's stem time. You can add some wood glue around the stem. I just don't want to have any on the top of mine, which is why I'm only adding some down inside the hole. Make sure you give it a pretty good blob down in there. Ah. There we go. Now you can absolutely leave this plain, but I'm going to add just a small little face to my pumpkin. I'm just using some water-based acrylic paint. You can buy at a craft store. It doesn't have to be perfect, so don't worry about perfection. All right, with our stems finally finished and glued in place, I'm going to show you 3 different ways you can do the stems. One is obviously your dowel. 2 would be to go to your park or your backyard or something like that, or your front yard, wherever you might have some sticks, and just take a piece of a twig and actually just cut that off, and you can use that. That'll obviously look a lot more realistic. Sticking with the craft theme, we're going to make our own. So you could just leave the dowel and paint the whole dowel brown with just some more craft paint. You could also take your dowel, paint it brown, take some of this jute cord, and then you can do a loose wrap on the jute cord and then just hot glue it into place. And then the third way you could do is take some jute cord, paint the top like 1/2 inch brown as well as the top brown, and you can do an extremely tight tie on it until you get all the way to the top, and then hot glue it into place. The only top piece that'll be visible brown would just be the top. So there's 3 different ways to do it. Choose whichever method you like. All right, so this is where we're at now. So all I've done so far, now that my stem is painted, I've taken some pieces of 9-inch jute cord, loop it once, and I put it over top of my stem, sucked it up tight, put another one going the opposite direction, put a piece of hot glue on each of the knots to hold them closed. Simple as that. After that, just go ahead and undo the ends and sort of zhush them up and fray them like that. Now this here, this is a green florist wire. You can find this almost anywhere in dollar store, stuff like that. Different diameters as well. I ended up getting a nice thick one here. I just took some of the florist wire and a pencil, and I just wrapped it around the pencil, a bunch of coils, and left about a 2-inch gap, wrapped another section around there, and then I just took, same thing, put it on there, looped it once, piece of hot glue, holds it in place. Now you can put as much of this stuff on as you want. I'm just doing that. That's all I want. Now from here, all I've got left to do is take and finish the stem off. Like I said, I'm just going to go ahead and loop that up. I've already shown you how to do that. And then after that, they'll be pretty much done. If you want from there, you can customize them. You can put little leaves on there or bows, whatever have you. I'm going to add a small little burlap bow. I've made that myself. Now, all I did was I've taken a piece of burlap here that I bought, same thing, dollar store, and a little piece of string. Cut it into 1-inch by 1-foot sections. And all you're going to do is just take, fold it over, pinch it in the center, add a piece of rope, knot it in the back, hot glue it, and it's going to end up looking like that. They're really, really simple. Now I got 5 more to do. What do you think? I think they turned out awesome. I'm pretty sure Lucretia's gonna like them as well. If you guys make any of these for yourself or you make some for somebody, I've got my email down below. Send me some pictures. I would love to see them. Like I said, it's a little bit of a different project for me, but I hope you guys liked the video. I hope you guys liked the project. If you did, let me know, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.